Hello everyone, welcome to sj'sclasses. We have almost reached the end of the paper Art and Literary Aesthetics. We have only a few more topics to be discussed. This video lesson is based on a speech or an address that was modified into a musical video. Before I talk anything about this musical video, I'll have to introduce two things to you. One is a pop band and the other is an environmentalist. Let's move into the introductory part. First of all, let me introduce to you the pop band named the 1975. It is an English band formed in 2002. Matty Healy, who is the lead vocalist and the rhythm guitarist of the band, founded the band with drummer George Daniel, bassist Rose MacDonald, and lead guitarist Adam Hahn. They were all friends from secondary school named Wilmslow School near Manchester. This band is also based in Manchester now. Their debut album means the very first album. Their debut album titled The 1975 was released on 2nd September 2013. The album received interesting and positive reviews from the critics and topped the UK albums chart. As of March 2016, it had sold 4,10,981 copies in the UK and 3,90,000 copies in the US. So that is how popular this band came after their debut album. Now, something about their second album, it was titled I Like It When You Sleep, for You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. It came out in 2016. It reached number one in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. So their second album took them to greater heights. Their third album was titled A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships and it came out in 2018. It again topped the chart in the UK. So another, popular album, which was their third one. Their fourth album, Notes on a Conditional Form, was released in May 2020 and became their fourth consecutive number one album in the UK. What is striking about this band are their relevant lyricism and exploration of an eclectic range of genres such as pop, rock, new wave forms of electronic music, and even jazz. Let me also mention some of the awards that they have received. Now, statistics say that as of May 2019, they have won 10 awards from 40 nominations. And some of those awards are the NME Award created by the NME magazine for the year 2014. They won it in the year of 2014. BBC Music Award of 2016, the Brit Awards for 2017 and 2019, GQ Men of the Year Award for 2019. And these are only some of the awards that they have won. They have won numerous other awards. I don't want to mention all of them. Anyway, they have won around 10 awards from 40 nominations. Now let's move to an introduction to Greta Thunberg. Greta Tintin Eleonora Erman Thunberg is a Swedish environmental activist. She was born on January 3rd, 2003 in Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm is the capital and largest city of Sweden. She became well known after she protested outside the Swedish parliament in 2018 when she was just 15 and she challenged world leaders to take immediate action against climate change. It is said that Greta was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and people with Asperger's syndrome tend to focus deeply on one idea or interest. And in Thunberg's case, it was climate change. She's the one who founded the movement known as Fridays for Future. It is also otherwise called as Strike for Climate. Now, let me tell you how this movement came into being. Now, for almost 3 weeks prior to the Swedish election in September 2018, she missed school to sit outside the country's parliament with a sign that stated in Swedish, "School Strike for Climate." Now, this is a picture of her before the parliament. You have her written in the board written in Swedish, which says "School Strike for Climate." Now, although alone for the first day of this strike, she was joined each subsequent day by more and more people, and her story garnered international attention. After the election, Thunberg returned to school but continued to skip classes on Fridays to strike, and these days were called Fridays for Future. Her action inspired hundreds and thousands of students around the world to participate in their own Fridays for Future. By September 2019, around 4 million people joined this global climate strike. Strikes were held in countries like Belgium, Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, Finland, Denmark, France, Netherlands, etc. So, this is how the movement known as Fridays for Future came into being. She has received numerous honors and awards, including an honorary fellowship of the Royal Scottish Geographical Society, inclusion in Time's 100 Most Influential People. She was selected the youngest Time Person of the Year. She was included in the Forbes list of the world's 100 most powerful women in 2019, and she received two consecutive nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize, one in 2019 and the other in 2020. Now, this is an additional detail that I would like to share. We have a collection of her speeches, and it is titled "No One is Too Small to Make a Difference." It came out in 2019. We also have a documentary on her. It is titled "I Am Greta." It appeared in 2020. Now, about the text that we have to focus on, which has been incorporated into your syllabus. What you have to learn as part of your syllabus is Thunberg's speech on the climate crisis set to music. She recorded this essay about climate change for the 1975's new album, Notes on a Conditional Form. I spoke about this album earlier. It came out in May 2020. And this song was recorded in June 2019. It features as the opening song on the band's album. This is in keeping with the band's previous records, all three of which have opened with an ambient instrumental track entitled The 1975. Lasting 4 minutes and 57 seconds, this song is a protest song and a work of ambient music where Thunberg delivers his spoken word performance. It is not the type of song you would dance to, but rather type of song that you would listen to and feel inspired to do your part to fight the climate crisis. Many of Greta's words in this song come from a speech titled "Our House is on Fire" she made at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland in January 2019. And that is why at the very outset of this video lesson I said that this video lesson is based on a speech or an address that was modified into a musical video. She begins this speech by stating that we are right now in the beginning of a climate and ecological crisis, and we need to call it what it is, an emergency. And later on in the speech, we see that she warns that humans are failing to solve the problem and outlines the consequences of such a failure, but also says that it is not too late to change. She says that the rules in place need to be changed and urges rebellion. And that is how she winds up the speech. She winds up the essay by calling for a civil disobedience in response to climate change to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. That was only an overview regarding the speech. You can listen to the speech later on in this video lesson. I have incorporated both the text as well as her audio from the video that have been released by the pop band named the 1975.